Hello, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Cook with me. It's your boy Chef Dunn of Divine Visions Catering. Thank you for tuning in on another wonderful Thursday. Got some really good fun things for you today. So before we get into that, I'd like to introduce.
Hi, I'm Jen. A lot of people know me as Jen. We're going to keep it as Jen because it's difficult to move my real name.
All right, and so Jen is going to be talking about what she does. She's going to give you a little bit of detail on how to contact her. And she'll be doing a little giveaway at the end, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Other than that, we're going to get into it how we always do. We are going to start with our cocktails. So everybody just grab something they like to sip on, grab something to munch on, and come sip and cook with me. All right, so today we are winding down summer. I know that's a sad thing for a lot of people. Fall is probably my favorite holiday. I don't like being hot, so I like when the temperature starts to come down. But I also like all the fun things you can do in the summer. So I wanted to be able to do a couple more cocktails over the next couple of weeks, just to kind of round out summer with some nice summer cocktails before we get into some of the more fall-driven cocktails later on this year. So today's cocktail we are creating is called a Summer Breeze, and it is a bourbon Summer Breeze. There's a couple different variations. Some are made with vodka. We're actually doing a bourbon-based summer cocktail. So we're going to start off with just whatever bourbon you enjoy drinking. And we're going to do 1.5 ounce pour for each cocktail. Easy peasy.
Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome,
Thank you.
Mr. Garage Doors. Welcome, Willie T. Beeman.
Next, we're going to add orange curacao. Now, the difference between this and triple sec, which is another orange liqueur, is basically how it's made. With triple sec, it's usually made with grain alcohol or white alcohol. This is actually made with bourbon, so it's going to have notes of bourbon, going to have a little bit darker color, which is really going to pair well with our bourbon cocktail.
That's interesting.
So we're just going to add about 1 ounce of that. Beautiful. And then lastly, we are going to top it off. Now, normally this drink is topped off with ginger ale. I think ginger beer has a much better flavor, going to give it a little bit more notes of that ginger taste that's going to really set off this orange. So I go with ginger beer over ginger ale.
I see you, Marlon Robinson. I see you, Tia. Tia, you're supposed to be here. Where are you?
And then lastly, I'm going to take an orange slice and go right in there. Delicious, delicious, delicious. And beautiful. That is our Summer Breeze.
It smells amazing.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Wanda Miller, help make the show possible for us.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
There we go. And cheers.
Oh, that smells good.
Oh my God, that's smooth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
ginger,
nice.
That ginger beer, yeah.
It
takes the bite out the bourbon.
Yeah, and you got that sweetness from the orange curacao. The orange itself gives it the aromatics.
Cheers, guys.
Now, this is a summer drink. Summer drink I can get behind. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn it over and let her talk about what it is she does. We have another guest that walked in, so I'm going to go ahead and make them a cocktail while
Okay, so I'm starting out my candle business. I haven't made any sales yet. I know I promised a lot of people that I'll be making yours. I've been slacking, but I am back.
I'm working on her, y'all. I'm making her do this shit.
Right. I kind of was working. One is like, yes, we're going to do this. So here I am. The crazy thing is when I was in Orlando, I actually bought a bag of candles to display, but I didn't set them out. But you can hit me on my Facebook, Jen Lamb. My company's name is Situations and More LLC. I've actually already have all my business cred, so I have no reason to be slacking. So I really am getting to it. If you would like for me to make you a candle, just hit me up. My candles are soy based. I'm actually playing with coconut oil too, with
Ooh.
coconut wax now.
I like those soy candles. They burn longer.
Yes, they do.
I love that.
So my thing now is blending the coconut because the coconut wax brings out the scent. So the soy, it doesn't have a strong smell. You have to put too much oil, and you don't want too much oil on it because then it drowns out the candle.
That makes sense.
So I'm doing a soy coconut blend. I'm trying to stay away from paraffin wax because paraffin wax is toxic when it's burned, in case nobody knew. Your soy wax and your coconut wax is going to give you a more clean burn. So I have the tins that I sell them in, and I also have molds that I will be making candles in. I have a variety of scents from fruity to nature to everything. Like anything you could think of, I probably already got the oil for it. So once again, you can hit me up. Later on, we're going to do trivia, and I'll be giving away an 8-ounce candle.
And if you are not Jen's friend on Facebook, hit me up. I will connect you. These candles are awesome.
Absolutely. And as someone who is just starting out in the business, on that road to entrepreneurship, please support. We all need to support each other in order for us to continue to grow and thrive. So, help her out. Everyone needs candles. Everyone loves candles.
Absolutely. Anjali says hello. Darnetta says hi.
Hi, guys.
Hello. All right. So, with that being said, let us get into our entree. Well, and actually today, it's not really an entree, more as a heavy appetizer. One of my favorite heavy appetizers because it also is somewhat nostalgic for me because it was one of the first appetizers that I was able to get at a restaurant when I was a child. Going to restaurants, for special occasions, my mom really, really liked Red Lobster. So we would go to Red Lobster for maybe her birthday, my birthday. Just, that was, the go-to seafood spot. And so she was always a fan of calamari. So we would always start off a meal with some fried calamari. So that is, every time I have calamari, that's one of the things that just brings back a memory of my childhood, of my mom, of those special occasions. So it is one of those appetizers that I really, really enjoy, and it really has a significance to me. We're actually going to be doing calamari two ways. We're going to be doing it fried, and we're also going to be doing a sauteed version as well. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off. Fried calamari is actually an extremely simple dish to make. It is literally just sliced. Fun fact. So everyone knows calamari is squid, or most people know calamari is squid. If you didn't, fun fact number one. Fun fact number two is calamari is actually a species of squid. Now, this was something new that I found out because I always thought that calamari was just the term used when you cook it in this process, which means cutting it down into rings, either deep frying or sauteing it. That is what I always thought the term calamari came from, but it is actually a specific species of squid. And the reason why you use that for this particular dish is because this species of squid tends to grow a little bit smaller, and it also is more tender than the larger squid.
So interesting.
Right. Thought all squid was squid.
I know. That was the most interesting thing to find out.
So, with that being said, let me show you.
Darnetta said she was today years old when she found that out.
Right, because I swore all squid was the same.
D. Cook said she loves candles. You have a new customer, Jen.
I think we're already friends on Facebook, so inbox me.
Yes.
So, to show you, I was trying to find some squid that was whole, but I could not. So I'm going to show you basically, if you go to the store, what you'll be getting if you get squid not cut. So, as you can see, these are the tentacles. This is normally attached inside of the casing. So that would be what the whole squid would look like. Inside of this, depending on whether you get them fully cleaned or not, there's normally a small membrane inside of here, which is actually its beak. You would have to pull that out. And you'll know it's hard. So you'd have to pull that out, and then what you're left with is the casing and the tentacles. All of this can be eaten. So,
Is that why you have the different shapes when you have fried calamari? Because sometimes it looks like the squid, but sometimes it's different shapes. So that makes sense.
So it all depends on how they cut it. So from here, we're just going to cut it into rings. You want to use a sharp knife so you don't tear your calamari. And you want to cut them so that they are a decent size. So it gives it a second to cook up without it overcooking. If they're too thin, you're gonna overcook it. And there is nothing worse in the world than gummy calamari. And that's the only issue that I have with a lot of restaurants that sell calamari is they will cook it to death. Not a good look. So we're just gonna quickly cut these up.
Hey, Nastasha. I see you.
Hello. And we're just going to add this back to our other batch that we will be sauteing.
I don't think I've ever had sauteed calamari.
Then you're in for a treat.
I'm ready. No, like we'll taste them.
So the first thing I want to show you is these are our calamari that are already cut up with our tentacles and everything in place. Now I have it soaking in a mixture of buttermilk and sriracha. The buttermilk is going to help to make sure that it remains tender. It's going to help to tenderize it. It's also going to add certain flavors. The reason why buttermilk has certain enzymes, they help to break it down, which allows it to get nice and tender. So you just want to let it soak for about a half hour. You don't have to soak it overnight or anything like that. Just half hour, and then you're ready to drain it off. You don't have to get it dry. You still want some of that moisture because that's going to help the flour to actually stick.
Welcome, Miss Linda. Tia said she's ready for a candle too.
I know, Tia. I'm surprised you ain't choked me yet. I had your candle in Orlando with me. I just forgot about it because I was.
Oh, we didn't remember much at Orlando. Let's not talk about Orlando.
But I have your candle. I've had your candle made for a while. I just got to get it to you.
Stay on top of it, Tia. So as you can see here, I just have some basic seasoned flour. Season this with a little obey, a little garlic powder, paprika, salt, and pepper. Easy peasy. Season it however you like. Add lemon pepper. You can add, if you like it a little spicy, add a little cayenne to it. However you would like to flavor it, you can flavor it, but it's just simply flour and seasoning. So we're going to move our handy dandy in front of us. And in this, I already have our oil preheated. You want it to be preheated to about 350 degrees so that it fries up crispy. This is a quick process. It does not take long to do this. Just want to take our calamari. Now you do want to let some of that moisture get off. And we're just going to dredge it in our flour.
I know it smells good and nothing good even happening yet.
Just want to dredge it. And you want to make sure that you're getting that flour all over, and especially the tentacles. That's what's going to give it that crispness that we're looking for. Next, once you get it all dredged, and make sure you separate the tentacles, or all you're going to have is a big tentacly mess. So you want to
New word alert.
Webster, I'm going to need you to add it. So once we do that, we're just going to take it. We're going to add it to our oil. Quick, simple process.
I remember you need a paper towel. Just want to do that for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm. What is Trice talking about? He's like 16 candles.
I love that movie though.
The movie is awesome. Same thing with the frying
smells so
process.
good.
Definitely do not want to overcrowd your pan, or else it will not fry. It will boil.
You got a little gin fixing on his head. He just had a little piece of lint. I think you got
Come
it.
here, Chef. Come here.
Fix
Oh,
him,
yeah.
Jen.
I
There
got
you
it.
go.
I got you. I got you.
Awesome.
And we're live.
All right. So as you can see, we got everything working on in there. And we just want to cook it for just a few minutes. Now, as you can see, the temperature of the oil dropped. So if that happens, just turn your flame up. That'll get it kicked back up for you.
Hey, Chris, Virgo, good to see you.
So, Jen, what kind of candle molds do you have?
So I actually have a his and hers mold. I haven't played with that yet. I have one that's a flower and it says love.
Okay.
I have the basic square and the basic round. But the more that I have a pineapple one. I can't wait because I'm gonna do 2 different colors with that one. But I'm gonna do like a tropical smell. I haven't played with that one yet, but I've been playing with the basic smells, just trying to see where the scent pour is. So I want you to have the candle that you can smell before it's lit, but I also want you to have a nice smelling candle once it's lit. Because a lot of times people have one or the other, they don't have both.
And Chef, I thought it was a good idea for her to come now because she's in the beginning of her entrepreneurial adventure, and she's like, "I'm not ready yet." I'm like, "No, let people see this.
Right.
This is where I'm starting, and you can come back in a couple whenever.
Right.
Look where I'm at."
And then it's the raw, uncut version. I ain't gonna tell you no lies. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Right.
But what I have noticed with the soy candles, you might not smell it while it's not lit, but the smell comes out once it's lit, and then it burns longer too.
Right.
So you have a candle that's worth more, basically, than a paraffin wax that will be a louder smell, but it's not gonna burn as long. And then I also got my wood, and I got my wood and regular wicks too.
Cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. So we have our calamari going. Now, I do want to, like I say, this is a live showing, so not everything is going to turn out as I want it to. So the issue with these burners is the temperature is so hard to regulate as far as oil is concerned. So even though the temperature was proper when I added it, now the temperature has dropped to the point where it's not frying up the way that I want it to. So there's a fix to this, but it's still not going to be exactly as I wanted it to be. Because once again, you have to maintain the heat in order to get the crispiness. So with this, we have very well seasoned, very well cooked calamari, but it's not going to have the crispiness that I initially wanted. So to avoid this problem in your own home, make sure that you are using a burner, usually gas stove. Even if you're using an electric stove, make sure you have a heat thermometer as far as a oil thermometer, and make sure that you have a consistent heat base pumping that oil up to make sure that it stays at the proper temperature. I can get this to the proper temperature, but the problem is, once again, the calamari will be overcooked. So, but I will show you a quick mini fix. Like I say, it's not going to be exactly what I wanted, but it will be very close to it. So we're going to pull these out.
Hey, Chuck. Hey, Lizzie. Thank y'all for tuning in.
We're going to let the heat get up to high, and then we're going to drop them back in and flash fry them.
That's such a good technique.
Beautiful.
I've done that before with chicken wings that end up not quite crispy,
Just
quite
not
where
quite
I want
crispy
them.
enough. And with these types of burners, it's very hard to regulate the temperature. But we are going to fix that now. And what I'm going to do while I'm getting this oil hot is I'm going to show you the sauteed version. So we're just going to let that get hot. I'm going to pull out.
Did you actually light the one under the pan?
I'll check that. Good catch.
You good.
So we're going to go ahead and get our pan hot. In the meantime, I'm going to show you the ingredients for this particular dish.
Chuck said, "Do that, my guy. I see you." You gotta get over here, Chuck.
Definitely. Come out one day, Chuck. So, for this particular dish, once again, this is an Italian Mediterranean dish. Calamari in Italian actually means squid. So we already have our pre-cut squid. We have some sweet peppers, garlic, green onions, butter, and lemon. To that, we're also going to add a little bit of red pepper flake and some Old Bay direct to our calamari. So let's take our Old Bay. We're just going to sprinkle that in there like so. And we are going to mix it.
I love Obey.
Yeah, Old Bay
It is the go-to for seafood.
For
No,
seafood,
I like
it
Tony
is.
Satcherin.
Oh, I love Tony Satcherin
Right.
too now.
But I put Tony Satcherin on like everything. Though.
Right.
I put it on my regular food. But Old Bay and Tony Satcherin together.
So now we have our pan. We're going to go ahead and add our butter. Going to add our garlic.
Hey, Jessica Parr, Chuck said, hey, Jen. Hey, Chuck.
And we are going to add our sweet peppers. Give that a quick little toss.
Everybody can do it.
Right. All mine will be on the floor.
Yeah.
Look at the wrist. Look
Peppers
at the
will be
wrist.
peppers will be on the floor everywhere.
Oh, that smells good. Butter, garlic,
Love.
peppers.
Love that smell. So next, we're going to go ahead and squeeze our lemons. I like to squeeze them upside down if you don't have a strainer. This way you catch your seeds.
So strong.
I'm gonna go home figuring out Chef.
Oh yeah, that's such a wonderful smell. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh my God, this smells good.
It does.
And what we're looking for here with the peppers is we really are just looking to kind of tenderize them a little bit. We want to keep that nice vibrant color. We want to keep some of that bite. We just want them to be a little tender. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and add our calamari in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And once again, this cooks extremely fast, and the last thing you want to do is overcook it. So we're just going to give that a nice little turnaround. Going to add our green onions to this. I'm going to add just a little bit of accent, which is just MSG. It brings out the natural flavors in foods. And a little black pepper. Beautiful. Give it about another. You only want to cook these for about 2 minutes. That's it. After that, you're going to have a gummy, chewy mess. I love the colors in this, and I love how this comes out. This is such an amazing dish. You can also add a little white wine. That'll add another little layer of spark. With this, I like simplicity. As I said, this is an Italian dish. Italian dishes tend to have as little ingredients as possible, just enough to balance the flavors. With this, you have a whole lot of balanced flavors. All right. Now, if that's that, this should be nice and hot. We are simply going to flash fry our calamari. 30 seconds. That's it, because it's already been cooked. Just want to add a little crispness, get a little color to it. Okay, the fun thing about cooking is there are no mistakes. Cooking is simply, I call it kitchen play. We're in the kitchen. Long as at the end of the day, the results come out and the flavor is what you're looking to have, that, my friends, is what it's all about.
Would you normally recommend draining these on a paper towel or something, or just like you're doing?
You can drain them on a paper towel. We're going directly to a plate, so it's
Okay.
not really a big issue. If I was doing this where I needed it to go out in a couple of seconds, then yeah, you can drain it onto a plate. But normally, it would go directly from the grease to the pan or to the plate. All right.
Hey, Oliver, man, I see you, sweetie.
So, with that being said, while I go ahead and plate these two delicious appetizers, if you would like to give them their trivia question and let them know what they can win.
Okay, so your trivia question tonight is going to be, what is the name of my brand? If you can say the name of my brand, you have a free 8-ounce candle.
Awesome.
And you have to spell it correctly.
Awesome.
Yes.
And ATL Naomi says, hi, Chef Dana and company. Chuck says, what is Jen drinking?
You should have been here at the beginning, Chuck.
This
You
is a
would've known.
summer breeze cocktail.
Summer Breeze cocktail.
I'm drinking brown, Chef.
So trivia is, what is the name of Jen's brand?
Mm. So, in order to win, you have to not only get the correct answer, but you also have to go to your page and say, I won the trivia contest on Sip and Cook with me. And then tag either myself, Miss Wanda Miller, or
Jen.
beautiful, beautiful colors.
Amazing.
All right. So, as stated before, the fried calamari can always tips to get the best quality calamari. Make sure that your flame is consistent. Make sure that you're flash frying it. That's why it has to be so hot, and do not overcrowd the pan. That's going to get you your best calamari. Once again, if you, for whatever reason, if the temperature drops, it's not high enough, any of those things, simply take it out, bring that temperature back up to, bring the heat back up to temperature, and then flash fry it. That way you'll at least get some of the crispiness that you're looking for. At this time, I'd like to
It's my turn.
go ahead and
Okay, come on.
give it a try.
Come on. Let's see which one I'll try.
Three choices. I'm gonna try this one.
All right, then I'll try this one. Like Benji said, I'll try these legs.
Oh my god.
Oh, that still came out great. Let's try this one.
I'm gonna eat fatty ain't.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's fucking amazing. Oh, that's really good, guys.
They both are really good. Oh
That's
my
great.
god.
I love it. Try it, Chef.
This is something quick, simple that you can do at home. So go ahead and give this a try. As you can see, fork tender. That's how you want calamari. It's
Chuck
not-
answered situation and more. Is that right? Situation and
Did he
more.
spell it right?
He spelled it scent, like smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Situation.
you have won.
All right, Chuck, you got it, buddy. You get up with her. Actually, also too, you had one on Instagram, Chef. So I'm gonna have to check and see which one came in first. We got 2 right answers. Isn't that good?
Once again, both of them cook perfectly as far as tenderness, done, not chewing, just melting in your mouth. A lot of flavors on both. Definitely try this at home. Not hard at all, as you can see. Just make sure your heat is on the proper temperature, 350 degrees. Don't overcrowd the pan. Maintain your temperature for the fry. For this, 2 minutes. Quick saute, and you're done.
Oh wait, Darnetta said no. I said it first. So guys, I'm gonna go back and check this timestamps. I'm gonna see who won the candle. I will be fair.
We'll let you know as soon as we check the tape. But other than that, hey, be on the lookout for Divine Visions Catering. We got a lot of things going on. If you want to be a sponsor, please get in contact with me or Miss Wanda Miller. $25 sponsors the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, please also get in contact with me and Miss Wanda Miller. We will schedule you in. Other than that, hey, thank you for coming out to another episode of Sip and Cook with me. It's your boy Chef Dunn, Divine Visions Catering. Y'all have a great rest of y'all week. Oh, yeah, good.
I'm a lactose.